Well, we were we were on a company-sized search and destroy mission not too far from Cu Chi, Vietnam, our base camp. We were working with dog handlers and a dog that day, and one of the dog handlers stepped on a mine. The concussion blew me, blew me up, and I was, I guess, unconscious for a short while, but I woke up and I started yelling for Doc, who was John Swain Gordon, one of my best friends. And he came running like the Dickens with his stretcher and looked at me, and I was still on the ground, and he said, "Where you hit? Where you hit?" I said, my arm. And it was burning, and I got hit with shrapnel from the landmine that the dog handler stepped on. Well, he looked at my arm, and I was bleeding, but he just gave me a whack across the face and brought me back to reality. And then he said, you take the sucking chest wound, and one of the dog handlers had a sucking chest wound, and we were trained to take care of that. And the other guy had his leg blown off, and he put an amputee, tourniquet on it, and until we called the medevac for them, and then he patched me up, and so I didn't lose any time in the field. Stayed out in the field.
Did you lose friends over there?
I did. They're on the wall. I visit them often. Someone even said recently, did you ever go back to Vietnam? And I heard them. The answer was, yeah, every night. It's not so much me anymore. I do have post-traumatic stress as a result of it, but I stay active and try to handle it as best I can.
Did you talk about it when you came home?
No, I didn't, and I came home in 1968 and went back to the telephone company, and they took good care of me. I had a good job with good mentors and stuff, and until May 7th, 1985, which was almost 20 years later, we didn't talk about it. It was, nothing you were proud of. And in New York, they had a welcome home celebration. And guys that I worked with for many years never knew they were Vietnam vets. And as a result, I was not in the hierarchy. I was just an active guy with the union. And my good friend, vice president of the union, said after that, why don't you start a veterans club within the union? And they bought us beer and sandwiches, and we met once a month. And that's when I came home.